Okay, so let's just jump right into this deep dive. I have to admit, when I first saw the source material for today, I actually did a double take. I mean,
Yeah.
we are usually looking at AI revolutionizing, hedge funds or rewriting medical codes. But today, we're looking at cutting edge artificial intelligence and
Local gas stations.
yeah,
It sounds like a complete mismatch right out of the gate, doesn't
yeah, it
it?
really does.
Yeah.
High tech meets pumping diesel on the highway.
Right. But if you look at the research from Samyak Online, which is a digital marketing agency with over 2 decades of experience, this is actually one of the fiercest battlegrounds for AI right now.
That is a seriously bold claim for a business that usually just relies on a giant yellow sign on an exit ramp. But they are pivoting heavily into this concept called LLM SEO, specifically for service stations and fuel centers, which is our mission today, figuring out why.
And to understand why, you really have to look at the user. Think about it. If you're buying a house, you browse, you read, you take your time. But if you are doing 70 miles per hour and your fuel light comes on,
Oh, you have zero patience. You aren't browsing.
exactly. You are asking a question, usually out loud to your car or your phone, and you expect one single correct answer.
So the game has changed from search to answer. It's not about being on a list of blue links anymore.
Right. Samyak Online points out that drivers are asking things like, where is a safe 24-hour petrol pump near me? If the AI, whether that's ChatGPT, Gemini, Copilot, doesn't have high confidence in the answer, it simply won't send you there. You just become invisible.
Which brings us to the alphabet soup in these notes. I'm seeing LLM, SEO, AEO, and GEO. Now, we know SEO is search engine optimization, but break down the rest for us.
It's critical to distinguish them. LLM SEO stands for Large Language Model SEO, optimizing your business data so it can be read by chatbots. Then you have AEO, Answer Engine Optimization.
Answer engine. That sounds like what you were just describing with the single correct answer.
Precisely. Traditional search gives you a library of options. An answer engine, like Perplexity, acts like the librarian. It reads the books and hands you the specific fact you asked for. And finally, GEO is Generative Engine Optimization.
Making sure you show up in those AI summaries at the top of the results.
You got it.
So if I own a gas station, how do I actually talk to these robots? I can't just put up a billboard that says, hey, ChatGPT, we have clean bathrooms.
No, you essentially have to speak their native language. Samyak Online emphasizes two big technical strategies here. The first is semantic SEO.
Which means what exactly, in plain English?
It means context. In the old days, you'd just stuff the keyword gas station on a website 20 times. But semantic SEO builds relationships. It links concepts like diesel, highway exit, convenience store, and EV charging together.
So it tells the AI, we aren't just a place that sells gas, we are a highway service center that solves traveler problems.
Exactly.
Okay, and the source also mentions schema markup. That sounds a lot more like hardcore coding.
It is code. Think of it as a digital ID card pinned to your business. Schema markup is a standardized vocabulary that tells the machine explicitly, these are our opening hours, this is our exact latitude and longitude, and yes, we accept fleet cards.
Taking the guesswork out completely.
Entirely. And that leads to the most interesting concept in this whole deep dive, trust signals.
Right, they mention EEE, experience, expertise, authoritativeness, and trustworthiness. But usually trust means, is the brand ethical?
Here, trust is purely binary. It is about data accuracy. If an AI tells you to pull off at exit 45 for gas and the station is closed or under construction, who are you mad at?
The AI.
Yeah.
Never use that voice assistant again.
Exactly. The AI models are terrified of hallucinating in the physical world. Samyak Online argues that if your data isn't perfect, if your schema doesn't match your semantic profile, the AI views you as untrustworthy. It skips you for the station 5 miles down the road that has its digital house in order.
That is fascinating. The algorithm is basically fact-checking the physical world before it lets us enter it. But let's be real. Most gas station owners are worried about fuel deliveries and staffing, not natural language processing alignment.
Which is why Samyak pitches this as a strategic outsourcing play. They position themselves as an offshore partner. You run the pumps, let the experts handle the machine learning alignment.
Because, frankly, the technical barrier is getting way too high for a DIY approach. It really highlights how much the landscape has shifted from keywords to intent.
That's the big takeaway. If you cannot satisfy the intent of the driver and the intent of the AI trying to help them, you effectively don't exist on the modern map.
Which leaves you with a slightly spooky thought to mull over. We like to think we are spontaneous travelers, stopping whenever we feel like it. But if AI is curating our stops based on who has the best data schema,
then how much of your road trip is actually being directed by an algorithm purely because one gas station spoke robot better than the other?
Something to wonder about the next time you ask your dashboard where to find coffee. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.